Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders Athletics, the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time home buyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders Athletics on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network is brought to you by Pine Island Country Club, Domino's, Moss Realty, the Hampton Inn by Hilton at Moncross, and Ortho Carolina. You improve. We take you now to the www.abbeyathletics.com broadcast booth. It's time to raise the red on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. And good afternoon. We welcome you to opening day here at Alumni Field on the campus of Belmont Abbey College here in beautiful Belmont, North Carolina, as the Crusaders, the team coming into the preseason ranked 9th in the country, will be taking on the Rollins Tars this afternoon. So glad that you could join us. Brian Rushing here with you as the Crusaders will have their home opener this afternoon against a club last year in Rollins that finished the year 7-7. Of course, the Crusaders finished their season at 12-5 last year. They came up just a little short in the Conference Carolinas Lacrosse Championship against the eventual national champion Limestone Saints. This is going to be a big year for Conference Carolinas, as there are 3 teams in this conference that could be major players on the lacrosse landscape here in 2018, and certainly the Crusaders will fit into that grouping. There are other teams in the conference that would love to throw shade on the rest of the conference, if you will, and create problems for those top 3 teams, but it'll be a season full of intrigue and maybe even some surprises as the Crusaders will look to open up the action today against the Rollins Tars. We come back on the other side of this timeout. We'll have the starting lineups and we'll get things going at the top of the hour as the Crusaders will take on the Rollins Tars. Don't forget, there's a couple of ways that you can reach out to me during the course of the broadcast. You can find me on Twitter, a brand new Twitter handle for the upcoming spring season. You can find me on Twitter at the BASN. That's THEBASN on Twitter. And of course, you can send those emails to me constantly throughout the course of the action today by going to Brian Rushing at BAC.edu. That's Brian Rushing at BAC.edu. And we come back, the top of the hour, the Crusaders and the Tars right here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Montrose, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Montrose. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time home buyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com. Back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, let's go ahead and get right into it. The starting lineups for both teams this afternoon. First, for Rollins, in the defense, Austin Jackson, a senior out of Dublin, Ohio. Also in the defense this afternoon, Evan Skimmick, a junior out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Also on the back line, Harrison Bluestein, a sophomore out of Alexandria, Virginia. In the midfield, Lucas Brush, a senior out of Dublin, Ohio. James Cowan also in the middle, a sophomore, out of Lutz, Florida. As well as in the midfield and handling the faceoffs, Kyle Sudol. Sudol, a freshman out of Lafayette, Colorado. A correction. That is Sudol. On the front line, Greg Tasher, a junior out of Berwyn, Pennsylvania. We'll have Jeremy Slocum in the attack along with him, a senior out of Cypress, Texas, and Eric Niekamp, a sophomore out of Powell, Ohio, will be the front-line starters for the Rollins Stars. In goal this afternoon will be Andrew Homan, a senior out of Bellingham, Washington. The Crusaders this afternoon, this is who they'll run out. In the defense, they'll have Cody Agrella, a young man out of Reno, Nevada. Jake Diebold, a junior out of Apex, North Carolina. Also on that back line, Anthony Cesario, a junior out of Mount Sinai, New York. In the middle, I should say Brody Monroe will round out that back four, a junior out of Bowmanville, Ontario. In the midfield for the Crusaders, Billy Huss will be handling much of the faceoffs this afternoon. Huss, the senior out of Elk Grove, California. Hunter Jones in the midfield also, the senior out of Palm City, Florida, Adam Wiedemann. In the attack, a senior out of Caledon East, Ontario, along with Harley Whittam in goal. Two other forwards, Liam Osborne, a junior out of Bowmanville, Ontario, and then Callum Tanner, a senior out of Victoria, British Columbia. Getting things started this afternoon, 1 o'clock on the Eastern Time Zone. So glad that you've joined us today, as we'll be starting out our temperature 38 degrees. The temperatures dipped down into the low 20s last night here in the western Piedmont of North Carolina. It was nippy, no question about it. This afternoon, they'll get into the low 40s by the time we're done, as we're underway to begin the 2018 season, and Rollins will have possession. Sudol gets it into the offensive zone. So he'll look for James Cowan, and they'll set the offense. Tasher runs it back behind the frame. The Crusaders on their first defensive set of the 2018 season. Here with our camera operator, Kelsey Garrison, Brian Rushing today. Glad you could join us on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. A doubleheader of action today as the Crusaders lacrosse team will open up 2018. We'll be back later on at 5:45 for a 6 o'clock start inside the Wheeler Center for women's basketball. Plenty of action today at Abbey Yard. Baseball taking on Newberry. We'll talk a little bit about that briefly as the Crusaders here in this opening half against Rollins. Rollins maintaining possession, trying to feel their way around this defense of the Crusaders. Is taking it is Jackson Colling, a sophomore out of Maitland, Florida. Jacob Clark on the field, minding the point, where Colling is at the top. Shot taken. Harley Whittam with the stop. Used his right shoe, kicked it away. It'll stay with the Tars. It's getting the restart will be Tasher, a junior out of Berwyn, Pennsylvania. Cesario checking him as he goes around the crease. Loses the handle briefly. Cesario trying to get a stick in. It'll run along near the sideline. It's picked up by Rollins, and they'll knock it out of bounds. Yes, they will. It'll be possession to the Crusaders. So the Crusaders do a good job there defensively, eliminating the shot opportunities and picking up possession here in the very early going. As Jacob Clark will bring it into the offensive zone, out to Adam Wiedemann. Wiedemann up to the top. We'll get it now to Hunter Jones. Jones will now work it near side. Over to Liam Osborne. Jones will depart. Jack Diebolt will give way so the attack team can come on, as will Jake Clark. And the Crusaders will go into their first offensive possession of 2018. As they have on Sean Hanrahan. Hanrahan in a good bit of action last year, very productive on the offensive end. As Hanrahan still negotiating the ball along the ground. An opportunity for Callum Tanner to scoop it up, and it's taken in by the Tars. Is racing down to the offensive zone. It's James Cowan. Cowan brings it into the zone, and now they can work on an attack. McGinley minding Lucas Brush, and now they'll depart. On a run, Tommy Keene gets checked by Jake Clark. Still scoreless here in the very early going, the season opener for the Crusaders. So glad that you could join us on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Check there by Hanrahan, almost sending Tommy Keene to ground, and we'll have a whistle, and we'll restart play. So there'll be a foul on the Crusaders.
Belmont Abbey penalty on number 15, Cody Agrella.
They're going to call the penalty. We'll call the penalty on the Crusaders.
Direction.
Sean Hanrahan
Penalty is called on number 12, Sean Hanrahan.
will depart.
30 seconds for holding.
As the Tars maintain possession, Crusaders try to work out of the deficit. And that ball's going to get away. It'll roll near the midfield stripe, but picked up by the Tars. As Jackson Colling will reestablish the offense for Rollins. Rollins, of course, in the first half will be going from left to right in this first half, wearing the blue tops with the gold numbers. Is coming on to the defensive end for the Crusaders now, Hunter Jones. Crusaders wearing the all-whites this afternoon. As that shot taken, and Harley Whittam doing a really good job expecting the shot up top, and he reacted perfectly, anticipated the shot well, deflected away. The Tars will maintain possession, but Whittam has kept them off the board off the first two offerings.
So be careful when you lean up against this because it's coming loose down here. That's what's doing.
At the top, Connor Ashton, a senior out of Berwyn, Pennsylvania. Rollins doing a lot of recruiting in the state of Pennsylvania and Ohio, where I'm sure they're quite accustomed to chilly weather of this nature. As that ball's going to roll past the line, that's going to be a turnover for the Crusaders, as Whittam will advance it out here on the near side to Cesario. Crusaders have high expectations. Had an opportunity to reach out, and we'll have a whistle. And possession will go to the Crusaders. Had an opportunity to speak with Chris Baird about this team and its possibilities this year. That video will be coming out soon on abbeyathletics.com as Wiedemann has possession. And he goes up to the top where Brendan McGovern waits, the senior out of Miller Place, New York. Jones will depart as Kyle McGinley will check back on. Tanner goes near side to Osborne. McGinley. McGinley with the change of direction takes the shot. It's going to be wide right. Callum Tanner will put themselves in a position to retain possession. And Osborne will get the restart. Wiedemann back behind the frame. Sees check there by Skimmick of Rollins. Hanrahan took a run along the right slot, but decides to retreat it back behind the frame. Hanrahan goes to Wiedemann, now to the top to McGovern. Osborne with a spin move, flicks the pass to Tanner. That shot deflected by Homan, and they'll play on. The ball still running along the ground. Rollins trying to contest for it, but McGinley has it for the Crusaders, and it'll go out of bounds. Possession to the Tars. So both clubs getting the better of it defensively here in the early going. So we've got 7 minutes and 56 remaining here in the opening period. For Rollins, Brandon Carlin, the sophomore out of East Meadow, New York. On the run is Grant Long, a freshman from North Stonington, Connecticut. And Whittem has it again for the Crusaders. Both clubs keeping things relatively close to the vest here in the early going. As Colin Grippo brings it into the offensive zone for the Crusaders. And at least at this stage, in the early feeling out portion, if you will, the club that puts together a run of 2-3 goals consecutively could very well be the difference. And I would imagine the offenses will open up eventually. As the shot taken, it's going to be gobbled up there by Homan. As the shot was taken by Hunter Duford, the sophomore out of Hilton, New York. And Rollins will bring it back into their offensive end. Blake Buell, sophomore out of Dallas, Texas, by Jesuit College Prep, playing keep away from the Crusaders. He and along with Jackson Colling. Colling on the right slot, looks to angle that shot, covered by Whittem. As Colling tried to create maybe a little bit of deception there, but Whittem had no problem handling that as the shot was taken toward the upper left-hand corner for Whittem. If you're watching it from the screen, it looked like he went to the upper right-hand side. Whittem handled it no problem. As the Crusaders, Adam Wiedemann loses the handle on it. It runs along ground, now up in the air. It'll take a bounce, and the Tars will be on a run out as Austin Jackson looks to get it ahead. He finds Tasier. Tasier being minded by Cesario. Brody Monroe flanked outside on the far to Eric Niekamp. And Rollins will bring out the offensive personnel they want to utilize in this possession. Behind the frame, Tasier swings it back around, now up top to Blake Buell. Shot taken, and that's going to be covered there by Teicher. And we'll have a whistle. And they'll call it on Wiedemann, a 30-second infraction. So we've played 2 innings over at Abbey Yard. No score here in the early going. They're playing a doubleheader today. 7 innings in game number 1, 9 in game number 2. Last night, the Crusaders successful 13-1 debut win against the Newberry College Wolves. Cameron Doc Busby got the win for the Crusaders. They were very good offensively, had 8 players with hits in the contest. Colin Rosenbaum had 3 hits, along with Thomas Yoder. Jake Rowley had the first home run for the Crusaders of the year. As the shot taken, and it's deflected away as Jake Clark got in on the interference. We'll have a whistle now, and it'll go to Rollins. Taking the shot was Joey Sink, a freshman from West Palm Beach, Florida. But he got checked by Clark, and the ball was dislodged. And a good steal there from Cesario, who drops it inside the crease. And now the Crusaders will look to try to see if they can get some offense going as we get into the latter third of the opening period. Diebolt takes the shot. It's covered by Homan, and Homan will bring it out of the crease. And Liam Osborne deflected the outlet pass, or at least created some interference, and now the Crusaders, with maybe a numbers advantage, can take it to the crease. As Tanner changed direction on the pass, and the turnover goes to Rollins. So both clubs having some difficulties in the early going, anything offensively minded going by the boards. The Tars had a turnover, and now they got another, and the Crusaders gave one up just before that. And it's early. These two clubs will be working out the kinks sort of in-game, if you will, as there's nothing that really matches the speed of game speed. You can go through all the drills and do all the individual work. You can take care of team practices until you're blue in the face, but until you actually get out and the shots are real and the action counts, there's no teacher like game action. And Stuford has it up at the top, goes across the crown, and he loses his footing, and now he's in a world of hurt. Duford rolls it along the ground, and it'll be a turnover to the Tars. And the Rollins bench fired up over that change of possession. So the Tars will bring it back into their offensive zone. They've had the greater number of opportunities with possession and with shots, as they've challenged Whittem a few times already. He's been up to the challenge. But Rollins would love to make it right now that they get on the board and take a lead against these Crusaders. That pass sails over the head of Grant Long, still trying to cover it up is Tommy Keene as he worked it around Connor Larkin, the freshman out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Or I should say Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Now to Keene. Keene on the right slot. Takes it away to Teicher. Teicher takes the shot. It was deflected away. And now Hunter Jones trying to work around 3 players. Gets it to Whittem. And now he crosses it over to Cesario, and the Crusaders will try to see if they can get into the offensive zone. Colin Grippo gets it to Wiedemann, and now the Crusaders can set the offense. Coming on is Vinny Voltaggio, who has it for the Abbey. Voltaggio gets it over to Hunter Duford. Ground a little soft this afternoon as we had some rain roll through a couple times earlier in the week. We've taken on a little bit of water, not an incredible amount, as it's a little sloppy, and that's going to be a turnover. And now the Tars will look to advance. As Chase Snyder will take the shot, and they're on the board. I'm sorry, that was not Chase Snyder. It ended up being Jeremy Slocum, the senior out of Cypress, Texas, puts Rollins on the board 1-0. As Slocum gets the goal, and the Crusaders
Goal scored by number 25.
trail in the first period 1-0.
20 seconds.
20 seconds remaining in the period as the Crusaders find themselves down by a single. As the crowd continues to file in to both Alumni Field for men's lacrosse action. As well as Abbey Yard over across the way. So we'll have a whistle in possession of the Crusaders, and they've got to move quickly if they want to put a shot up before the end of the period. It'll have to be Osborne. Osborne on the run, loses the handle on it, and that'll be the end of the period. We've played one period here at Alumni Field. The Crusaders trail 1-0 to Rollins. We'll be back on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.
That's the end of the first quarter. The score, Rollins 1, Belmont Abbey.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro, blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities, make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time home buyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Back here at Alumni Field on the campus of Belmont Abbey College, as the Crusaders trail 1-0 to the Rollins Tars. Folks, give you an opportunity to reach out to us throughout the course of this afternoon's broadcast. You can find us on Twitter at the BASN, at the BASN. That's THEBASN. And then, of course, through email, Brian Rushing at bac.edu. So the Crusaders have had some difficulties. A few turnovers, unforced turnovers, along with Rollins, has really thwarted any opportunity they've had to put something substantive against the keeper, Andrew Homan, the senior out of Bellingham, Washington, for the Tars. The Crusaders gave up the goal toward the end of the first period with about 20 seconds left, as Jeremy Slocum, the senior out of Cypress, Texas, got the goal to give the Tars the 1-0 advantage. So it'll be Billy Huss at the middle for the Crusaders. So it'll be Kyle Sudol to work against him. As the Tars going from right to left in period number 2, Sudol has it for Rollins. As that ball deflected away, and just like that, the Crusaders will get the turnover, and they can advance. It's the pass working out toward Billy Huss. Billy Huss having some difficulty scooping it up, and we'll have a whistle. This possession will stay with the Crusaders. Liam Osborne will have it as he waits on the whistle. Osborne with McGinley, Hanrahan, McGovern, Tanner, and Wiedemann. The Crusaders will run with this 6 in the offensive set, trying to get the first goal of 2018. Osborne swings it around near side to Wiedemann. Wiedemann gets a screen from Osborne, but now they'll send it back to McGinley. McGovern takes a tumble. That pass, shot taken by McGinley. He'll get another opportunity, and just like that, he takes the check. The flag is in the air, but the Crusaders have knotted this one up at 1 apiece. As Kyle McGinley gets the first goal of the season. Last year he had 20 goals, 13 assists, but he gets the equalizer here as the Crusaders have knotted it up at 1 apiece. So the foul on Rollins will be on Wyatt Todd, the sophomore out of Randolph, New Jersey. As McGinley
Belmont Abbey goal is scored by number 7.
Will score the goal to tie it up at 1 apiece. It'll be a man-down face-off for Rollins.
Penalty on Rollins.
As the Crusaders open up the second period with the equalizer. And a little bit of life coming on off the bench here to my left. As the Crusaders have drawn things even. It's the penalty time being set here on the clock at Alumni Field in this 1-1 contest. As Rollins scored their goal late in the first period, the Crusaders have answered relatively fast here in the second stanza. Haas is able to flick the face-off back to Jack Diebolt, and the Crusaders will take possession. And they've got a little bit of time to work with here, being a man up. So Wiedemann will go back to the top. Coming on will be Ben Utrosa, along with Jack Piggott, a redshirt freshman out of Roswell, Georgia. McGinley up top to Wiedemann. Utrosa to Piggott. Tanner. Crusaders passing game. They're tightening up the spacing a little bit, and the passing looks considerably more crisp here in this second segment. Osborne went to Utrosa, now to Wiedemann. Wiedemann missed high. So I'm sure Adam Wiedemann would have loved to have had that one back, as he was in the throat of the goal just outside the crease and just hit it. Released it a little early, and it sailed high on him. As Callum Tanner will get the restart for the Crusaders. Utrosa off for Hanrahan. Piggott will depart. Is coming back on with Brendan McGovern. Crowd still filing in. Sean Hanrahan over to Osborne, swings it far side to Wiedemann, and that shot taken by Sean Hanrahan. As Sean Hanrahan basically came from the opposite diagonal of Adam Wiedemann. Went on a dead sprint to the throat of the goal. Wiedemann found him, and just like that, the Crusaders have taken a 2-1 advantage. As Hanrahan has his first of the year.
27, Adam Wiedemann.
And the Crusaders have jumped on top for the first time in 2018. You take a look at what transpired in the first period. Rollins had 8 shots versus Belmont Abbey's 4. Rollins also won the ground ball game at 10-4. Well, this second period looks like the exact opposite for the Crusaders. They are in a good way here in the second period as Grippo contesting for the ball. It's taken down, and Huss has it for the Crusaders. And Huss has it stripped away. Wiedemann trying to poke it free, but it goes to the Tars. Pasuto has it. Homan gets chased out of the crease. He'll relieve it over to Austin Jackson. So the Crusaders with back-to-back goals have taken a 2-1 lead here at Alumni Field. Blake Buell gives it off near side to Eric Niekamp. Niekamp guarded by Brody Monroe. Jake Clark mining there. Whittem has that shot sail high and wide. It'll stay with the Tars. Cesario and Harley Whittem. Harley Whittem thought that they were going to go behind the crease with it. He anticipated and was able to snare it out of the air, and the Crusaders with possession now. The development of Harley Whittem has really been something to behold. I mean, Whittem has been in goal for as long as I've been broadcasting Crusaders lacrosse now, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see at the time that Harley Whittem actually does depart and go to other things in life, what life is going to be like without Harley Whittem in the frame. That he has just continued to develop to the point to where he almost seems to be thinking of what the offensive player and team is doing prior to their knowledge. Incredible instincts, just a sixth sense, if you will, of the ability to understand what the offense is trying to accomplish. Whittem, the senior out of Elk Grove, California. He, along with Billy Huss, part of the California contingent for these Crusaders. It's the Tars trying to find the equalizer here in the second period. Buell. Now to far side to Slocum. Slocum takes it back behind the frame to Tasher. Niekamp. Shot taken. It'll sail off the post, I believe. And trying to track it down. And that's a fantastic job of hustle there by Cody Agrella, and you'd expect no less from Agrella. The young man from Reno, Nevada went on a dead sprint to get to the sideline first and actually dove as if he was diving for the tape and was able to get possession for the Crusaders. Osborne has it for the Abbey. So go to McGinley. McGinley had the equalizer early in the second period. Hanrahan continued the momentum for the Crusaders with his first of the year. Osborne. So it's Osborne to the left along with McGinley. McGovern at the top. Sean Hanrahan and Callum Tanner kind of working the middle. Wiedemann over on the far side takes the bounce pass and now bounces it back to Hanrahan. So the Crusaders had, in the second period, started really tightening the passing angles as Hanrahan will now have an opportunity. Misses it wide left, but it'll stay with the Abbey as Liam Osborne will get the restart for the Crusaders. And Osborne going to try to take matters into his own hands, finding Wiedemann. Now back to the top, and Callum Tanner right down the middle gives the Crusaders a 3-1 advantage. That was nifty, as the Crusaders did some passing from over the top of the crease, and Tanner came crashing through. That's the second straight goal that the Crusaders have really been able to go off the pass down the middle. And Rollins finds themselves down a pair of goals here to the Crusaders. A fantastic job as Tanner has his first, and the Crusaders have rallied for 3 straight in the second period. And don't let the importance of that be overlooked here, as this is a Crusaders club that it took a solid period for them to get things going, but now they seem to be rolling. And as we talked about earlier in this match, a three-goal run could loom very large for any team, but especially now with the Crusaders as that pass taken away, and Slocum has it deflected away by Whittem, and the Tars will maintain possession. A little less than 8 minutes remaining here in period number 2. As the Crusaders have built some momentum offensively. And if they continue this narrative, Chris Barrett should be quite pleased going into the locker room. Jay Clark keeping an eye on Tommy Keene. As that's going to be possession Tars. As Brody Monroe went after it, but getting even closer was Eric Niekamp, keeping possession for the Tars.
It's so weird. I first watched it last year.
Slocum swings it around to Niekamp. Now to Keene. You saw Jake Clark guarding Keene there just a moment ago. I want to say hello to Jake Clark's grandparents celebrating a 50th anniversary. As Keene loses the handle on it, and Clark not knowing where it went. Hunter Jones does, though, and he's going to drive it into the offensive end. Tanner has it for the Crusaders. Can he go on a run? He will, and he gets the goal. It's a 4-1 lead as Callum Tanner has put 2 on the board in the period, and the Crusaders have jumped out to a 4-1 lead. My sweet mother! That was sensational. As the Crusaders going against the run of play in transition, not setting up the offense, they had an opportunity to take advantage, and Tanner hammers it home, and the Crusaders are up 3. His goals here in the period. 2 for Tanner, 1 for Hanrahan, and 1 for McGinley, and the Crusaders are rolling here in period number 2. Possession over to the Crusaders. As Billy Huss has it. He flips it forward to Connor Larkin. Larkin took the shot. It sailed wide right. And the Crusaders will maintain possession. Larkin, the freshman out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania, said, hey, I'm open. Why not? Let's give it a go. The Crusaders bench applauding the chutzpah of the young freshman, Connor Larkin. And the Crusaders will now go into some offense. The Crusaders, it took about 15 minutes maybe to kind of shake some of the rust off as Wiedemann keeps it alive for the Crusaders. But the rust is off now, and they're flying high here in period number 2. Grippo swings it around. Svoltaggio goes behind the frame to Wiedemann, or I should say Osborne. Now Wiedemann has it, and there'll be a flag on the play, and the Crusaders can work the attack. As Dufert loses his stick, and it'll be gobbled up by the Tars, but we'll have a penalty on Rollins. So the infraction will be picked up here. It's the foul on the Tars. Lucas Brush.
Number 77, Lucas Brush.
It'll be interference. And the Crusaders will be up a man for 30 seconds. Osborne. Now to the top to McGinley. And don't be surprised if the Crusaders really hit the fast forward button here. Try to put Rollins in a veritable spin cycle and put something on frame in this 30-second segment. Piggott has it. Over to Wiedemann. Wiedemann quickly firing, and now Tanner, and Tanner's got the hat trick in the period. You gotta be kidding. Callum Tanner, white hot here in period number 2, and the Crusaders have a 5-1 advantage as they have scored 5 unanswered here in the second period.
Liam Osborne.
And a timeout for Rollins. They'll take it. We will too, as the Crusaders have jumped out to a 5-1 lead right here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We'll be right back. Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton and Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton and Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, along with our camera operator, Kelsey Garrison, Brian Rushing here with you. Let's go ahead and try to knock out some emails. It's Tobin Senefeld. Sent an email. The Senefelds watching the action from Indianapolis, Indiana. As we've got a score through 3 innings, Newberry leads 3-0 over the Crusaders over at Abbey Yard. First of 2 games being played there. Say hello to Eileen Grippo and the Grippo family watching from Drexel University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of the Drexel Dragons, as they are wishing the Crusaders the best on opening day. So the Crusaders have scored 5 unanswered goals in the second period. They gave up a goal just before the end of the first period to the Tars, and Chris Barrett used that as a bit of a wake-up call, I would imagine. And the Crusaders have responded with 5 goals. Callum Tanner already with 3 by his lonesome. And the Crusaders have jumped out to the 5-1 advantage. That was a goal, a man up that they got just a moment ago. And the Crusaders looking to pile on a little more. As Jack Diebold had possession, lost it, and now Slocum has it for the Tars. Goes to Niekamp. And now the Crusaders with possession. There's a check there, knocks it loose from Hunter Jones, and the Tars retake the ball back. Lucas Brush gets the possession for the Tars. Slocum will wait for the offense to set, as he'll go to Teicher. Now to Jackson Colling. Folks, don't forget you can find us on Twitter for the broadcast at the BASN. If you'd like to send us a tweet during the course of the broadcast, we'd love for you to. If you do, please use the hashtag #RaiseTheRed. Steicher to Niekamp. Niekamp goes over the top, and that shot, and just like that, Tampa draws it up to 5-2. As the goal score there by Jackson Colling, the sophomore out of Maitland, Florida, has made it a 5-2 contest and ended the 5-goal run for the Crusaders in the second period. As we've got 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the first half. So for Jackson Colling, that's his first goal of 2018. It stops the run for the Crusaders at 5. Now Rollins will try to see if they can trim this lead ever closer. And we've got a whistle, and possession will go to the Crusaders. It's Grippo. Brings it to Osborne. And the offensive platoon for the Crusaders will come on to the offensive zone. So it'll be Grippo, McGovern, Tanner, McGinley, Osborne, and Wiedemann. Sean Hanrahan now on. As he tries to find a gap in the defense. Now Osborne with a spin move. He'll take the shot. It's covered by Homan. And picking it up for the Tars is Harrison Bluestein, a sophomore out of Alexandria, Virginia. And the Crusaders now applying some pressure, trying to see if maybe they can get a miscue in the midfield. As that ball still not picked up yet, as Skimmick now gets a handle on it, and he's got a straight line that he can run to, and the whistle's going to blow prior to the goal being scored. As a timeout called by Rollins. This Skimmick, who bobbled the ball for about 30 to 35 yards, went down the field, ultimately gathering possession. A timeout was called by Rollins before he fires past Whittem. So with that, we'll take a timeout. The Crusaders leading 5-2. We'll be back on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com.
Picture this. It's Monday afternoon and you're at Domino's buying a large 3-topping pizza. You give the Domino's employee $7.99 plus tax, of course. Now, picture this. It's Friday and you're at Domino's buying a large 3-topping pizza. You give the Domino's employee more than you paid Monday. You feel bamboozled. But then, you hear this.
Domino's is now extending its $7.99 large 3-topping carryout deal to all day, every day.
And so you danced and ate Domino's. Carryout only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary.
Back here at Alumni Field, 5-2 lead for the Abbey. Rollins with possession. Steicher will have it for the Tars. Slocum back to Colling. I want to say hello to Brendan Monroe, watching the action at Davison Elkins College in West Virginia. Wild and wonderful West Virginia. Brendan, thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. As the Crusaders looking good early on as that shot covered by Whittem. As they keep trying to go over the top against Harley Whittem. But Whittem up to the task there. And the Crusaders will look to advance. Clark goes to Anthony Cesario. And he'll rush it into the offensive end. And Chris Barrett wants a timeout as we get toward the end of the period. We'll go ahead and keep it here as I've got a couple of other emails
by Belmont Abbey
that I want to deal with. Want to say hello to the Tanner family. And you want to talk about my problems. Broadcasting a game 38 degrees here at the first draw. Well, there's always Calgary, Alberta. Negative 32. Try that on for size. As the ice even has layers of ice on top of it. Hello to the Tanner family, and I think it goes without saying, I hope that you're warm. I want to also say hello to John and Tina Hanrahan watching from the Seattle area. To the Hanrahans, thank you. It is fantastic to be back for the 2018 season opener. As the chatter around the offices and in the hallways, excitement for men's lacrosse and baseball. Both teams in the preseason poll selected number 2 in Conference Carolinas. The Crusaders baseball team second to Mount Olive, who won the conference tournament last year, and the Crusaders, of course, second to Limestone in men's lacrosse, who were, well, they just happen to be the national champion. A multi-time national champion now in recent memory. This Hanrahan with McGovern and Osborne on the far side. The Crusaders looking to get possibly one more goal to make it a half dozen here in the period as we're inside a minute to go. This Hanrahan near midfield. As it looks like Chris Barrett's content with this club basically taking it to the halftime locker room with at very least a 5-2 lead. Hanrahan goes to Osborne. Now to Wiedemann. Wiedemann has it deflected by Homan, and Homan will scoop it up in the crease. As the Tars avoid trouble, that pass all the way down to the end, and Whittam will hang on to it. And Whittam, with the horn sounding, sends it all the way down to the opposite end. We've played 2 periods here at Alumni Field. The Crusaders at the half lead 5-2. When we come back, we'll take a look at action going on campus around the school today. And we'll also take a look at the first half stats as the Crusaders, on the power of Callum Tanner's 3 goals in the second period, have a 5-2 lead over Rollins. We'll be back in just a bit. Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton and Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton in Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need it. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro, blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities, make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time homebuyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com. Back here at Alumni Field, we've played one half. At Alumni Field, the Crusaders with the 5-2 lead. As things got off to a slow start for both clubs, but particularly the Crusaders. The Crusaders in the first period had 5 turnovers, as did Rollins, but the team offensively just didn't have the dynamic that I'm sure Chris Barrett was looking for. And as Slocum scored the first goal of the contest for Rollins, you could tell Chris Barrett was looking for some sort of fire, something that the Crusaders could use in the second period to get back on top in the match. But they were able to do so as they got 5 goals in that second period. As Kyle McGinley scored to even things up, Sean Hanrahan found the back of the net to take a 2-1 lead. And then Callum Tanner decided to put his stamp on the contest as he got 3 consecutive goals for the Abbey, giving the Crusaders a 5-1 lead. Jackson Colling, late in the second period, would stop the 5-goal run for the Crusaders as the Crusaders would go into the locker room leading 5-2. The Crusaders were outshot by Rollins 8-4 in the first period. Well, they decided to go 2-for-1 against Rollins in the second period as they outshot the Tars 12-6. In that second period, they have a halftime shot lead at 16-14. Harley Whittam has 6 saves versus Homan's 4 for the Tars. And one of the big things in the second period that really stands out from my standpoint is the fact that Billy Huss on faceoffs is 5 for 6. The only one that he didn't win was the one that he violated on the faceoff, giving possession to the Tars. So the Crusaders looking good through one half. They lead 5-2. When we come back, we'll have second half action. And of course, we'll answer the emails. Don't forget you can send those emails to me at brianrushing@bac.edu. We'll deal with some of them as we come into the second half. But Brian Rushing at bac.edu. The Crusaders lead 5-2, and they'll look to raise the red in the second half. We'll be back on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Back here at Alumni Field, about to start the second half as the Crusaders have a 5-2 advantage. It's the Crusaders in period number 3 wearing the all-whites today. They'll go from right to left. The Tars of Rollins College will go from left to right, wearing the blue tops and the white shorts. Billy Huss inside the circle. And Huss has it. Osborne. It's Crusaders with 5 unanswered goals in the second period. Took a 5-1 lead before Rollins was able to retaliate, which is what got us to our 5-2 number. As McGinley has it at the top. He'll go near side to Sean Hanrahan, McGovern, and Tanner in the middle. Osborne flanked here on the far left. Callum Tanner, the story for the Crusaders in period number 2, as he got 3 goals in that second period. Hanrahan to Osborne. Crusaders, after being shut out in period number 1, put together a very solid second quarter. Wiedemann has it on the far slot. Looks to encroach now to Osborne, and the shot taken and missed by McGinley. Wiedemann still trying to track it down toward the corner flag. He'll pick it up, and the Crusaders will reset the offense. Plenty of emails that we'll go through here in just a moment. Definitely want to take the time to knock this one out. The men's volleyball team checking out the action on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network from the Big Apple, New York City. They played last night. They'll be on the court again tonight, enjoying all that is New York City as Wiedemann goes to the top. Now to Osborne. Osborne's shot is covered by Homan there. And the keeper, the senior out of Bellingham, Washington, gathers in the save for the Tars. Gavin Schaefer and his group of guys in New York City catching the action. Glad that you guys could tune in, as the Tars will bring it into their offensive zone, as Roy Hansen will flip it over to Dysher, the junior out of Medford, New Jersey. Slocum back behind the frame along with Dysher. Now at the top, Connor Ashton. A beautifully sunny day, a little breezy, but it is cooler than the natives are used to. I, being one of those natives, can speak firsthand. I would much prefer that this was about 65 degrees instead of around 40. My troubles are relative to others around. Ashton, covered by Clark. And there'll be a flag as the Crusaders will be down a man upon the whistle. Tysher takes the shot. It'll be out of play, and now we'll have the infraction call. So the foul will be on Anthony Cesario. That infraction will put Rollins up a man here early in the third period.
Anthony Cesario, 30 seconds for interference.
As the Tars will now get an opportunity up a man for 30 seconds to try to see if they can put something on frame here and chop away at this 5-2 Belmont Abbey lead. This possession will stay with the Tars. Niekamp behind the frame. Teicher back to Niekamp. As the shot covered, it sails high. It'll stay with the Tars, but Hunter Jones will come back on for the Crusaders as they have salted away that 30 seconds that they were down a man. Ashton takes the shot, hits the post, and ricochets out near midfield. And now the jockeying at midfield will continue, as now Connor Ashton will flip it ahead to Colling. Teicher back behind the frame. Slocum takes the shot, and possession will stay with the Tars. Slocum for Rollins. Gets it over to Jackson Colling. He's got one of the 2 goals for the Tars. Slocum has the other. Teicher will put it over Whittam, and it's now a 5-3 contest. So Rollins showing some patience there, showing some perseverance as it took a couple cracks, but they were able to put one on frame, and they now trail by a pair at 5-3. The Crusaders now lead by a pair. 2 consecutive goals for Rollins at the tail end of the second period and now at the start of the third. And Billy Huss will have the face-off for the Crusaders. He brings it into the offensive zone, and now they'll look to go to work. Up a pair of goals, but they would love to sort of replicate the momentum that they built in the early to middle portion of the second period, scoring 5 straight. If they had another spurt of that nature, it stands to reason that they would be in a really good spot for winning this season opener. Of course, the Crusaders last year, 12-5 on the year. And if you were to talk to Chris Barrett, one loss that I think really stung in regards to this club's opportunity to get a bid for the national tournament. One of the games was a loss to Lenore-Rhine. I think they would love to exact some revenge on Lenore-Rhine, who will make their way back to Alumni Field to renew acquaintances with the Crusaders. Grippo leans in, loses the handle on it. It's still along the ground, and the Tars will take possession. Lucas Brush will advance it. Now Slocum takes the shot. It goes wide right, and it'll stay with the Tars. It's a Crusaders club that, if you look at the top 20 preseason poll, the Crusaders are going to take on 6 teams with just their regular season schedule. Out of teams that they're facing in their schedule, 6 of them are already in the preseason top 20. I'm sure there could be others on their schedule that would enter the top 20 at some point. As Chris Barrett has made it abundantly clear that they are not going to be passive in their scheduling. They want to play the best in the region. They want to play the best in the geographic part of the country that they can reasonably take on. And that call for strong scheduling puts a significant onus on the players to respond each and every day. Not just in games, but in practice and preparation. Because make no mistake, Chris Barrett understands it's the Monday through Friday that really makes the difference come Saturday. Teicher. Back out to Keene. Keene trying to work around Hunter Jones, covering. Now Slocum will take the shot, and it's 5-4. It's Slocum. Goes over the top of Whittam again. And we've got ourselves a ball game as Rollins has answered the 5-goal outburst by the Crusaders with 3 straight of their own that stretch into the late portion of the second period. Now Rollins not going away anytime soon.
Assist to number 3, Tommy Keene.
I've got some emails that I will deal with here in just a little bit once we get into a spot to where I can, in context, handle them, as Huss will gather the face-off for the Crusaders, and he takes a shot to the mask, and Huss staying on his feet. Billy Huss is a strong, durable, with good size, and Chris Barrett asking for an official to give some sort of signal, and just like that, Callum Tanner has 4. That's a great rebuttal for the Crusaders as Callum Tanner gets his 4th goal of the contest, and the Crusaders take the lead back to 6-4. As while Chris Barrett was preoccupied with giving the officials a piece of his mind, Callum Tanner says, "Don't worry, Coach, I've got you." And he gets one past Homan to make it a 6-4 lead for the Abbey. Callum Tanner establishing himself quite nicely with 4 goals on this opening day. Callum Tanner, the senior out of Victoria, British Columbia, having himself quite a final opening day wearing an Abbey uniform. As Diebold kicks it forward, is going to try to scoop it up, and instead he'll take a tumble, and we'll have a whistle. And possession will go to the Crusaders. Well, I got an opportunity. I want to say hello to Mike Wiedemann. Mike Wiedemann watching the action on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network from Kitchener, Ontario. Mike, I'll be honest with you. This morning, in doing the pregame show prep that I took care of, listened to a little bit of a Ontario native who is known far and wide and actually is having a concert in the Carolinas at the end of the month. Mr. Gordon Lightfoot. Little known fact about me, I do like Gordon Lightfoot. Now, virtually everybody here in the press box sun deck area looked at me strangely as if they weren't aware of who Gordon Lightfoot is, and I'm not really surprised. Gordon Lightfoot, a national treasure for Canada. It's possession. We'll go with Rollins, a 2-goal lead for the Crusaders. As Jackson Colling, one of the goal scorers for Rollins, has the ball on the far side. Being checked by Brendan McGovern. As they'll go to Ashton. Ashton's shot is wide right. Possession will stay with the Tars. As there's a second ball on the field that they'll retreat and get out of the way so that they can continue playing. Of course, tomorrow the Super Bowl, and I'm already getting a couple folks giving me some idea of not only their love of Crusaders lacrosse, as that's going to be a 6-5 lead for the Crusaders, as Jackson Colling gets the goal there. And Rollins not going away anytime soon. They've got 4 out of the last 5 goals scored in the match. And it's now a 6-5 game. I want to say hello to Beth Larkin and the Larkin family checking out the action. And when you're from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, apparently that's Eagles country, at least in the Larkin home. Fly, Eagles, fly is the call there. Getting some confirmation from Kelsey Garrison. She is of the same mindset while she's running the camera. Should be an entertaining Super Bowl. As Diebold loses the handle, Brush picks it up for the Tars. And now it's along the ground again. This ball at midfield picked up by Hunter Jones, and the Crusaders We'll see if they can respond here. A 6-5 lead for the Abbey. As Rollins here in this third period has put 4 goals on the board. And Callum Tanner has been the one thing separating Rollins from being at level terms with the Abbey as he got his 4th goal of the game earlier in the period. Wiedemann on the far side. Tanner trying to work around Brush. Retreats it back behind the frame. Now goes back high. The pass to Jason Hollister. Hollister, the senior out of Havelock, North Carolina. The Grippo behind the frame. Being minded by Roy Hansen. Wiedemann loses the handle on it. Tries to regather. But possession will stay with the Abbey as there was apparently a very soft whistle on the field. And the Crusaders will get back to work. Piggott takes the shot and hits the post. And that ball ends up near midfield as Jack Piggott, the redshirt freshman out of Roswell, Georgia, took a crack at it. And as soon as it hit the post, people started looking up. As by the time the ball had actually landed, it was about a 35-yard distance from the goal. As Piggott took a rip at it, and the Crusaders will maintain possession with a 6-5 advantage. Piggott goes toward Osborne. Osborne looking for a crease, and we'll have a whistle. And there's going to be a flag. And the whistle finally stops play. We'll see what the infraction is here in just a moment as the officials still trying to communicate with one another. Let's see what the official says. The infraction will be on Harrison Bluestein.
Rollins penalty come out on number 91, Harrison Bluestein.
So for Bluestein,
30 seconds for pushing.
The Crusaders will get 30 seconds to see if they can stretch their lead. As it's razor thin right now at 6-5, as Rollins has showed considerable resolve here in this third period. As they've made some necessary halftime adjustments to get back into this contest. Wiedemann on the far side. Wiedemann gets it back. Benotrosa will come racing off for Sean Hanrahan, and the Crusaders will reset their offense with Hanrahan at the top. Piggott will depart for Brendan McGovern as Chris Barrett will change his personnel. So it's McGovern, Hanrahan, McGinley, Wiedemann, Tanner, and Osborne. A very formidable front for the Crusaders offense as McGinley will take the shot, misses, but Osborne back. The Crusaders will maintain possession. We'll say hello to Thomas Scagno and Hugh Janis watching from Massapequa, Long Island. As that ball along the ground. Wiedemann finds Hanrahan, and Hanrahan with the bunny gets it to go. as that ball came along the ground. Wiedemann was able to find Hanrahan, was one-on-one with Homan, and Hanrahan wins that one, and the Crusaders have the 7-5 advantage with 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining in period number 3. So Hanrahan has his second goal of the contest, and the Crusaders take it back up by 2. We've got a stoppage of play. And possession will go to the Tars. Rollins will bring it into their offensive zone. Agrella playing defense along with Brody Monroe, and at the top, Rollins will go into their offense as Tommy Keene has it. Looking for Brandon Carlin, the sophomore out of East Meadow, New York. Along the ground, the whistle blows. And possession will stay with the Tars. So Brandon Carlin on the far side will get things started for Rollins on the other side of the whistle. And Whittem, with possession inside the crease, will run it down to the end. Osborne will try to flip it high. And we played 3 quarters here at Alumni Field. The Crusaders 7, Rollins 11, or Rollins 5. We'll be back for the finish on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We'll be right back.
At Domino's, we're more than pizza, so mix it up with our specialty chicken, stuffed cheesy bread, sandwiches, pastas, medium 2-topping pizzas, and more for just $5.99 each, and we'll mix stand-up comedy with a robot.
Stuffed cheesy bread and my act have a lot in common. They're both super cheesy. Tough crowd.
You can also mix it up with Domino's salads, marbled cookie brownie, bread twist, and medium 2-topping pizzas. Order any 2 or more for just $5.99 each. 2-item minimum. Bone-in wings, handmade pan pizza, and bread bowl pasta will be extra. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Conference Carolinas, competition amongst 10 colleges and universities across North and South Carolina, as well as Tennessee. Over 3,000 student athletes competing at the highest level of NCAA Division II athletics, with annual selections to postseason play. Conference Carolinas is dedicated to student athletes not only succeeding on the field, but in the classroom and after graduation. Keep up with us at conferencecarolinas.com. Be sure to follow us at CONF Carolinas on our various social media platforms. 3 quarters in the books here at Alumni Field. Crusaders holding on to a 7-5 advantage. First of a doubleheader of action here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. As soon as we're done here with the Ortho Carolina postgame show, we'll pack up everything and take it into the Wheeler Center. As the Crusaders women's basketball team will take on the Converse College Valkyries. Dean Walsh's club will take on Jason Williams' crew. Jason Williams' crew tied for the top of the conference, along with the Limestone Saints. Limestone lost on Wednesday night to Barton. The Crusaders defeated Lees McRae on Wednesday night to even things up. The only losses that the Crusaders have in conference are 2 losses to Limestone. So Limestone has won the head-to-head against the Crusaders, but a loss to Southern Wesleyan and a loss to Barton just the other night have evened things up in the conference, and the Crusaders will also welcome in Barton for a doubleheader of action on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network on Wednesday. So we'll talk more about the rest of the schedule coming up during our Ortho Carolina postgame show. Crusaders going from left to right here in quarter number 4. As Huss has it for the Abbey. And Huss has a place to run. He'll take the shot and it sails high. Tanner gets closest to it, and the Crusaders will get the restart. And that's one of the things that we've seen Billy Huss continue to develop in his time at Belmont Abbey is the ability to not just win a face-off and then just sort of pitch it off to somebody and get out of the way. He can turn it into instant offense, as he did there. If you don't mark him early, it's too easy for Billy Huss to get right down the throat of the goal and put a shot on frame. As McGovern loses the handle on it, he picks it up quickly, and the Tars smother that opportunity. As gathering, it'll be Chase Snyder, a freshman out of Powell, Ohio. A 7-5 lead for the Abbey here in the final quarter. Rollins, in the third period of play, had 4 goals in the contest, as they found themselves a single goal back on a couple of occasions. But Sean Hanrahan's second goal of the game stretched it back to 2, which is where we stand now in the fourth. At the top, Buell. Shot taken, and Whittem covers it. Very good play from Harley Whittem there on the shot from Jackson Colling, who's got 2 goals in the contest for the Tars. Cesario to Colin Grippo. Grippo with some space to advance, and now he'll go in a straight line toward the frame. And finally, Evan Skimmick came on before Grippo could really take a crack at it. If Skimmick was a step later, Grippo gets all the way to the frame. And once he made the move down the near sideline, you could see he had his set side on putting one in the goal and making it an 8-5 contest. Tanner with 4 goals in the matchup. Over on the side. Now to Piggott at the top. So it's Piggott, Osborne, Hanrahan, Grippo, Tanner, and Wiedemann. Wiedemann with a pair of assists already in this contest, but has not got into the goal yet. That ball running along the ground. As the Crusaders lose possession, and Skimmick gets it out ahead. Austin Jackson will get it out to Niekamp. Niekamp will race it behind the frame and set the offense for Rollins. Let's go, boys. So it's Niekamp, Teicher, Grant Long, Slocum, Keene, and Jackson. Or not Jackson, Brandon Carlin. As that ball's going to squirt past Whittem, as the goal scorer Grant Long, the freshman from North Stonington, Connecticut, makes it 7-6. And where the Crusaders at one point in this contest had a 5-1 advantage, Rollins
goal is scored.
Would score 3 straight from the second and the third. And they've been working goal for goal against the Crusaders ever since. A 7-6 lead for the Abbey. Sudel has it for Rollins. It'll run along the ground and scooped up by Greg Teicher. Chris Lewis, the head coach for the Rollins Stars, sets his personnel in what is turned into going to be a very critical possession for Rollins. If they convert here, we're even at 7. Back behind to Teicher. Now to Long. Swings it back to Carlin. Carlin trying to work around Jake Clark. Now Keene will take the shot, and he gets it past Whittam. As Whittam looked like he had it in the pocket, and it kicked out on him and trickles into the goal, and just like that, we're tied at 7.
Goal scored by number 3, Tommy Keene, unassisted.
And the tension beginning to mount here at Alumni Field as the Crusaders find themselves at level terms with the Tars. Less than 10 minutes remaining, 9:57 to be exact. It's Billy Huss with the face-off against Sudel. And the Crusaders will advance it into their offensive zone. Larkin advances it for the Crusaders. Now Grippo on the far side with Callum Tanner. And it's Brendan McGovern now comes on as Grippo. Billy Huss looks like he will depart. And McGinley will come on for the Crusaders, as Hanrahan will also come on for the Abbey offense. A 7-7 game as McGinley retreats it back to McGovern. McGovern will swing it behind the crease area. Osborne to Hanrahan. Now McGinley. McGinley tries to lean in there, but he's pushed out by Roy Hansen. Hansen, the junior from Medford, New Jersey. Be a good time right now for the Crusaders if Adam Wiedemann was somehow able to make a move and give the Abbey the 8-7 lead. Wiedemann with the flip pass to Osborne. Wiedemann comes over to the far side now to gather it for the Crusaders. It's McGinley. McGinley fires, misses it wide right, and it's going to be possession as Homan jumped out. Nobody marking behind the framer here on the near side, and Homan went racing after the shot sailed wide, and he earned possession for the Rollins Tars. Lucas Brush has it for Rollins. Blake Buell working side by side with Jackson Collin. Buell has it. Now flips it to Connor Ashton here on the near side. Teicher being marked by Cesario. Niekamp looking for Teicher. That ball kicks free, and Whittam has it. And the infraction will go against the Crusaders, and the Tars will maintain possession. Buell on the far side, swings it to Niekamp. Now Teicher to make a move, and they'll take the shot, and Whittam handles that superbly. as Teicher put a move on the defense, got about 6 yards away from the frame, and it was he and Whittem. And Whittem, with good anticipation there, was able to stop the shot, keeping it at 7-7. Agrella advances it to Hanrahan. And we're inside 6 minutes remaining, as Larkin will depart. And Chris Barrett wants a timeout. We'll take it with him as we get to crunch time here at Alumni Field. We're tied at 7. We'll be back on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.
Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Inside 6 minutes remaining here at Alumni Field, the Crusaders, who at one point in the first half had a 5-1 advantage over Rollins. Rollins with 4 goals in the third period made it a 7-5 game. They have since equalized with 2 straight goals.
That's what I would do.
And the Crusaders will get the restart with Liam Osborne on the field with Colin Grippo, McGinley, Hanrahan, Tanner, and Wiedemann. Don't forget, folks, as soon as we're done with the action today, we'll have the Ortho Carolina postgame show. We'll take a look at the numbers, give you some context, and then get you ready for Belmont Abbey Sports Network action. As the Crusaders will be back to action on the 9th. As that shot sails gobbled up by Wiedemann. We'll play on February the 9th against Catawba. A 3:30 start will be on the air at 3:15. Grippo. Now goes to Hanrahan. Hanrahan has that gobbled up by Homan. As Andrew Homan, the young man out of Washington State, has acquitted himself quite nicely here in this second half, keeping his mates in the match, and the offense has rewarded him by getting back to even. Teicher goes near side with it to Carlin. Keene swings it around to Grant Long. Long with a goal in the afternoon. So he'll take it back to the top. Now Niekamp sends it back behind the frame to Teicher. Teicher tries to center that pass. Now the shot not coming from Keene as he thought about it, but viewed this possession as too important to not give it the absolute best effort possible. Keene gets it back. Now back to Carlin.
They like try to, it doesn't work.
3.5 minutes remaining. Is Long trying to put a move on Jay Clark. Clark not having it. Cesario keeping an eye on Teicher. Teicher trying to post up, and they're going to blow the whistle, and the possession will go to the Crusaders. As Belmont Abbey avoid some trouble there, and Jay Clark will race it into the offensive side for the Abbey. So McGinley comes on. McGovern, Osborne, Tanner, Wiedemann, and now Jason Hollister. Hollister plays it on the bounce out to McGinley. McGinley got the offense started for the Crusaders. He picked up his first goal of the year with that goal to get the offense going. Wiedemann takes the shot. It misses wide left. Osborne will cover it for the Crusaders. Hollister. McKinley with the spin move. Now to Wiedemann. Hollister leans in. That shot deflected away. It'll stay with the Crusaders. They maintain possession here as we're inside 90 seconds remaining in regulation. Hollister loses his footing briefly, but recovers as he gets tied up by Connor Malloy. And the Crusaders seem content as the clock will now get started. A goal here would be fantastic for the Crusaders. Hollister has that one partially deflected. Tanner still trying to get possession as the shot clock still rolls. It's taken, and the horn sounds, and possession on the shot clock violation will go to Rollins. And it looks like Rollins is going to want a timeout, and we'll take the timeout with him as we're inside a minute remaining. In fact, inside 20 seconds remaining. So the Crusaders knotted up at 7 against Rollins. We'll be back on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.
At Domino's, we're more than pizza, so mix it up with our specialty chicken, stuffed cheesy bread, sandwiches, pastas, medium 2-topping pizzas, and more for just $5.99 each, and we'll mix stand-up comedy with a robot.
Stuffed cheesy bread and my act have a lot in common. They're both super cheesy. Tough crowd.
You can also mix it up with Domino's salads, marbled cookie brownie, bread twist, and medium 2-topping pizzas. Order any 2 or more for just $5.99 each. 2-item minimum. Bone-in wings, handmade pan pizza, and bread bowl pasta will be extra. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com. 17.4 seconds remain here at Alumni Field. 7-all. The Crusaders had a shot clock violation just a moment ago that gave Rollins possession. They decided to use a timeout. As Rollins will have time to get it into their offensive zone. They just won't have a lot of time to be incredibly deliberate. They don't need a great shot, they just need one shot. This Skimmick will bring it into the offensive zone, and he'll take the shot, and it sails high. So Evan Skimmick raced it all the way down the field. With one final opportunity, the shot sailed well high, and that'll take us to overtime. We've played 4 quarters at Alumni Field, and we're tied at 7-all. We'll be back for overtime here in just a moment. Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time home buyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com.
The NCAA overtime rules.
And we go to overtime.
4 minutes, sudden death, overtime period.
4 minutes on the clock. Sudden death or sudden victory, depending upon your view of the first goal that will score in the overtime. As it'll all come down to one goal. The Crusaders will go from right to left here in this overtime period. The Tars, wearing the blue jerseys, will go from left to right. Facing off again for the first time in this overtime period will be Kyle Sudol for Rollins and Billy Huss for the Abbey. And Sudol runs it along the ground and will have a whistle, and possession will go to the Crusaders. So where Belmont Abbey had a 5-2 first half in their favor, Rollins flips it on them. 5-2 in the second half. And it all comes down to one goal. It's Harley Whittam. We'll have it for the Crusaders. Whittam, Cesario, Hanrahan has it run along the ground, and the Tars pick it up. And it runs along the ground again. This has been an intense contest. This Brush will have it for Rollins. And we'll have a stoppage. Timeout to Rollins. So Rollins will have possession with 3:09 remaining in the overtime. We'll be back on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton and Charlotte Belmont at Montrose, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton and Charlotte Belmont at Montrose. 3:09 remaining in overtime. Rollins with possession in a 7-7 contest. So the Crusaders, depending upon what poll you look at for the preseason, some have them in the 9 range, others 10. This is a Rollins club that wanting to disrupt the opening day for the Crusaders. It'll go to Jackson Colling. Tysher at the top, swings it far side to Ashton. Shot taken. That hits the post, and Jake Clark will get the ricochet. As we were just inches away from that one coming to a close, as the Tars just missed, literally just missed. As McGinley brings it into the offensive end with a splitting 2 players and then a spin move on Brush. And now they'll go into their offensive segment. And timeout called for by Chris Barrett. We'll go ahead and keep it here, folks. Don't forget, as soon as this match has come to a conclusion, whenever that does happen, we'll have the Ortho Carolina postgame show where we'll take a look at some of the numbers, and then we'll get you ready for women's basketball tonight inside the Wheeler Center as the Crusaders take on Converse. As that'll be the next Belmont Abbey Sports Network broadcast. We'll have a Tuesday night match inside the Wheeler Center men's volleyball as the Crusaders will take on Limestone as the team from just across the border in South Carolina will come up to renew acquaintances inside the Wheeler Center. Wednesday we'll have basketball action. And then we'll get ready for Friday lacrosse action here at Alumni Field. I did get a scoring update from baseball just across the way at Abbey Yard. Newberry, a few outs away from evening the series against the Crusaders. Belmont Abbey down 5-0 in the bottom of the 7th. That's a 7-inning ball game. They'll play 9 innings after that. But here at Alumni Field, the Crusaders with an opportunity to win it here as they have possession. On the field, Wiedemann, Tanner, Osborne, McGinley, Hanrahan, and McGovern. It's the right group. We'll see if they can make it happen. Hanrahan at the point. Leans in against Brush. That shot partially deflected. McGinley will recover for the Crusaders. The play call initiated by the Crusaders with 1:45 remaining in the overtime. Osborne gets checked by Brush at the point. Now to Wiedemann. Wiedemann will take a shot, and it's covered by Homan. As Homan has been very good in this second half. And now with possession, the Tars will look to bring it into their offensive end. Jackson calling. Goes to Blake Buell. And we're inside a minute remaining. A 7-7 tie right now. Buell. Slocum has a pair of goals in this contest. He's over on the near side. Buell. Inside a half minute remaining. Colling gets checked by Larkin. Back on the near side to Slocum. Teicher gonna have to make a move as the clock runs down. The shot taken. It'll be covered in the crease. Whittam runs it down. Tanner trying to get there. It was bobbled. And now Homan will clear it out, and that's going to be the end of our overtime. So now we go to double overtime. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network as we go to double overtime on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.
Picture this. It's Monday afternoon and you're at Domino's buying a large 3-topping pizza. You give the Domino's employee $7.99 plus tax, of course. Now, picture this. It's Friday and you're at Domino's buying a large 3-topping pizza. You give the Domino's employee more than you paid Monday. You feel bamboozled. But then you hear this.
Domino's extended its $7.99 large 3-topping carryout deal to all day, every day.
And so you danced and ate Domino's. Carryout only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary.
Conference Carolinas, competition amongst 10 colleges and universities across North and South Carolina, as well as Tennessee. Over 3,000 student athletes competing at the highest level of NCAA Division II athletics, with annual selections to postseason play. Conference Carolinas is dedicated to student athletes not only succeeding on the field, but in the classroom and after graduation. Keep up with us at conferencecarolinas.com. Be sure to follow us at CONF Carolinas on our various social media platforms. And we go to double overtime. The Crusaders will go from left to right here in the second overtime period. So they'll have Larkin, Wiedemann, Tanner, Huss, Grippo, Cesario, Monroe, Agrella, Whittam, and Osborne on the field here for this opening faceoff. Sudal versus Huss as we start our second overtime period. And it's covered by Sudal, who loses it immediately. And now Brush to Teicher. As we have been treated to a very entertaining contest here on opening day. On the near side, Carlin trying to make a move on Grippo. Gets checked by Grippo, fakes the shot, now to Slocum, and they'll send it back around. Niekamp to Keene. Keene being checked by Clark. Shot by Teicher, and Whittam with the coverage. As Teicher at point-blank range slipped past his defender, and Whittam was the only thing separating the Crusaders from taking the loss on opening day. Harley Whittam, hanging Whittam, and the Crusaders can bring it into the offensive zone. That was a huge play. And perhaps the Crusaders will reward Harley Whittam for his work as Whittam saves the day.
It's called by Belmont Abbey.
Chris Barrett will take the timeout, and we're going to keep it right here. Over at Abbey Yard, the Crusaders beginning to rally 5-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Runners at second and third. Newberry made a pitching change. The Crusaders, after winning convincingly yesterday, trying to see if they can walk off and come from behind fashion. As it has been quite a contest here. At Abbey Yard. Kevin Elefante coming to bat from what I heard in the public address system. So with the way the speakers are set up over at Abbey Yard, you can hear what's going on from the public address system ever so faintly, especially when the wind blows this direction. But the Crusaders now will have possession. Adam Wiedemann will have it on the near side with 2:35 remaining. Wiedemann goes to Osborne. It's Osborne, Tanner, Hanrahan, McGinley, McGovern, and Wiedemann. Here in a tie game, it's 7 apiece. Hanrahan will swing it around to Wiedemann. Crusaders rattled off 5 straight in the second period. And at that point, you thought maybe, just maybe, they were going to win in a walk this afternoon. But it has not been that case at all, as Rollins showed considerable resolve in coming back in the second half. That ball along the ground. Hanrahan looking to flip it forward. But Skimmick has it for the Tars. And Homan, and that's going to be out of bounds, and a critical turnover. Is Homan just sort of get an underhand flip out to Bluestein. And the Crusaders take possession on the turnover. Can they make it count? As Grippo has it at the top for the Crusaders. Grippo. McGovern had some space, but it closed quickly. McGovern to Tanner, and Tanner gets the 5th. And the Crusaders win it in double overtime as Callum Tanner, with his 5th goal of the afternoon, makes it 8-7 for the Crusaders. My sweet mother. The Crusaders win in double OT by an 8-7 score. Half the team going to Harley Whittam for saving the game. The other half going to Callum Tanner. We'll be back with the Ortho Carolina postgame show right here in just a moment.
Rollins 7 in double.
Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton and Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton in Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time home buyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com. And as the alma mater for Belmont Abbey College is recited here at Alumni Field, the Crusaders survive an 8-7 win in double overtime over the Rollins Tars as Callum Tanner, with his 5th goal of the afternoon, gives the Crusaders the needed margin to win the contest 8-7. Brian Rushing here along with Kelsey Garrison, our camera operator today, part of the Ortho Carolina postgame show. Folks, don't forget, for excellence in orthopedics, it's only one name to remember, Ortho Carolina. You improved as the Crusaders go to 1-0 on the year in a real nail-biter. As this is a contest, and it all basically came down to the very final moments of the contest as you had an exchange. Harley Whittam with a save, and then a costly turnover for the Tars, making up the difference for the Abbey as Callum Tanner got the goal in double overtime, his 5th of the game, as the Crusaders survive 8-7 this afternoon against Rollins College. We'll take a look at some of the team numbers as Belmont Abbey outshot Rollins by a 34-31 number. They picked up 2 more ground balls than Rollins did during the contest, as Rollins in that double overtime got 3 ground balls as they were able to gather possession, but it was a critical turnover that really did end Rollins in the contest, as Belmont Abbey had 16 turnovers for the match, Rollins 12. It was the 12th that was the real backbreaker for the Tars, in this 8-7 loss to Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey face-offs for the day, won 13 out of the 19. So Billy Huss taking care of business there for the Crusaders. You take a look at what happened offensively for the Crusaders. You had Kyle McGinley open up the offensive outputting for the Crusaders with his first goal of the season. Sean Hanrahan followed that up. Then Callum Tanner had 3 consecutive markers to give the Crusaders a 5-1 advantage at one time. Then you had Hanrahan come back and score again. He had 2 goals in the contest. And then Tanner wrapping up with the final tally of the day. He also had another goal in the second half to give the Crusaders a 7-5 advantage in that third period. But it was the game winner for Tanner, his 5th of the day, that gave the Crusaders the 8-7 win against the Rollins Tars. For the Rollins, Jackson Colling had 2 goals, along with Jeremy Slocum, Tommy Keene, Greg Teicher, and Grant Long with a goal each. For the Tars, as Tommy Keene and Eric Niekamp each had assists on the day, as the Crusaders now advancing to 1-0 on the year, as they'll begin to set their sights on a matchup Friday against Catawba right back here at Alumni Field. That matchup at Alumni will be a 3:30 start, a 3:15 airtime on the network, as the Crusaders survive in double overtime this afternoon against Rollins by an 8-7 score. When we come back on the other side of this Ortho Carolina timeout, we'll say goodbye to everyone and get you ready for our next broadcast, which will happen in about 2 hours from now, as the Crusaders will take on Converse in women's basketball action. All that coming up here in just a moment, as the Crusaders win in double overtime, 8-7. This is the Ortho Carolina postgame show.
Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Ortho Carolina postgame shows the Crusaders win 8-7 in double overtime against the Rollins College Tars. The Crusaders move their record to 1-0. Don't forget the next lacrosse match, a 3:30 start, 3:15 airtime on Friday against the Catawba Indians. That'll be on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. The next time that we're on the air is going to actually be in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours from now, as the Crusaders women's basketball team will take on Converse. That'll be a 5:45 airtime for a 6 o'clock tip inside the Wheeler Center, as the Crusaders at 12-2 in conference want to continue their winning ways, and they're getting very close to already clinching a conference home quarterfinal tournament game. I think another win or two and they'll have all but done that. It will be 2 wins which will clinch a home quarterfinal for the women's basketball team. So until then, folks, we'll see you inside the Wheeler Center in about 2 hours. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you all of you for men's volleyball on Tuesday, doubleheader basketball on Wednesday, and then, of course, back here with lacrosse on Friday on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. A lot of people we want to thank this afternoon. I want to thank Director of Athletics Stephen Miss, Associate AD Paul Lyon, Jackie Gable, Justin Bates, Assistant Athletic Directors. I want to thank Director of Athletic Communications Jim Steffen, Brooks Ledger, John Fitzgerald, Dr. Trey Cunningham for all the help. And we want to thank all of you for tuning in today as the Crusaders win 8-7 in double overtime to win on opening day against Rollins. We thank you so much for tuning in. Until we're back with you, folks, have a fantastic good night. We'll see you next time. Crusaders Athletics on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network has been brought to you by Pine Island Country Club, Domino's, Moss Realty, the Hampton Inn by Hilton at Montcross, and Ortho Carolina. You improve. Don't forget, your online home for all things Crusaders can be found at www.abbeyathletics.com. We thank you for tuning in. We can't wait to see you next time right here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.